for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on second down. Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing on third down. Fields. And that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Pick the ball, man. Pick it up. No score, defense. Good shine, defense. Good shine.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
On third down, Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Again, it's Murray. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy from 4 yards out. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 29, Wilson on the screen. This is Edmonds. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Jeudy. Touchdown, Broncos! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Fields buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
To throw again on second down. Fields. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. Fields throwing again. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Going up the gun, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Montgomery. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bears are back within a score. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a China shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any China shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now a dump off here complete, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 41, Wilson going with a screen for Murray. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson steps away to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter. Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there left the short on ball 3. Brings up 4th down. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out. Fourth down, here's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him. Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I think someone's going to get him to QB10 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll run with Montgomery. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. That's good power football. First and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. And that's a nice job to chip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line. They try again with Montgomery. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air? I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal. Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do. That's a big swing of momentum right there. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Another run for Murray on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And they'll get him down short of first down, right around the 10-yard line. Broncos send out their punt. As his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the 36, Fields flushed out right. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fields now to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Give him 12 yards on that. Earns him for a set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Randy Gregory from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A good pickup there at 22. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 24, Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That goes out wide to Murray.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needs. The tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
This was pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson.
Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They get 25 yards out of that one. And it's a 1st down for the Broncos. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And losing yards down near midfield. Now Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So the big play moves just like that. They'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Santos' kick is up and through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Throwing now is Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all, and they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, they turned into letdown city.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.